So therefore, he had a powerful influence in his life, and that made him adopt the cause of social service, is it not? So that gave him basic source of power. And then he knew that just being inspired and talking about your inspiration to others is not enough. You have to translate that into action, and you have to translate that into practical action. So when he started thinking, he found that the first thing which requires to be controlled is alcoholism. But alcoholism is the basis of the economy of that village, because they don't have any other source. They are subsistence farmers.
So for a very few, sir, but for a population of 2000, so there are only 40 dens. So it's a source of money for only 40 persons. Others are just spending their money on liquor.
Yeah, but they are powerful persons.
Yes, sir.
So you got to tackle them. So one of the ways to tackle is to get public power or collective power, as we are saying, isn't it? Even the most powerful can be toppled. What happens during the revolutions of history, isn't it? You have the nobility, the kings, they can also be toppled. So power is a great, the populace has got a terrific power of its own. So he started, that was a source he thought he will approach. And within that source again, he could harness the youth. Youth power is very, very, very powerful. Youth power can topple governments also. What happened in Korea? South Korea. Youth power is very powerful. So that was the source of power. But the fountainhead of the power was basically that inspiration, the self-searching from Vivekananda, the episode in his life where he did not lose his life. This started doing it. Okay. And he of course knew that once you shut down this alcoholism, okay, you have to then regenerate the economy of the village. And he looked at, see, that is where he started doing the planning part of it. So part of leadership is not only transformational or charismatic, but it is also to do with planning, all right. And what did he do? He took government grants, started using them. What else did he do?
He started structuring a rural credit system. I mean, getting the loans from the government, setting up the banks. And
yeah, the benefits which are there and which were not used in the past, he started leveraging those benefits for the village. What else?
Community development, like building houses.
Community development.
And marriages which were held together.
Right.
So less expenses were there for one family, and everybody shared. So overall development of the whole village.
What kind of leadership style did he exhibit?
More towards people oriented, but also
diplomatic.
there was a mix of initiative institution. His
So-
task was to improve the conditions of society, and he ultimately did that.
So discuss Anna Hazare's method of generating commitment to certain values and missions. He had these himself. What was his method of generating commitment?
So one of the ways was mentoring. In the case it is mentioned that Mr. Deshmukh, who used to drink liquor, and he was
He was a reformed alcoholic, Mr. Deshmukh, yes.
So he used to inculcate values in him through teaching and all. Then he started getting away from liquor.
So mentoring,
So under self-action, sir.
self-action.
The selflessness came much more.
Mentoring. Self-action, by that do you mean setting an example for others? Huh? Setting an example.
Okay, sir, he involved everybody in decision-making processes. Once a decision was taken by majority, then it was implemented. But it was everybody, most of the persons of that village which were involved in that decision-making.
Generating commitment by participative management. Involve everyone. If you involve them, they feel a part of this decision and they commit themselves.
Educating the people was
Educating people?
Yes.
In what way?
many of the people did not understand some of the reasons behind it. Throughout, he's been educating the youth, trying to educate people of social values, say the cause of Harijans. So basically, increasing the social awareness.
Any reactions from this side? You think that was one of the ways in which he built commitment?
Maybe
By education.
awareness. He spread the awareness of the benefits of the schemes he is going to public. So, education or awareness is one of the other sources he
Because
used.
Yes, tell me first.
No, one of the other sources he used also, if nothing works, he also used physical power.
Punishment.
Punishment.
We wanted to,
publicly reprimand them.
yeah, punishment in two ways. One is physical chastisement and the second was emotional, all right, shall we say punishment. One of the chaps, for 2 days he was tied to the pole, right? How did he get away with it? How could he do that?
He had a very large reservoir of goodwill he had in the village. So people knew that whatever he was doing for their good. So that goodwill stood him in good stead during these times.
And there was no personal gain out of this situation.
Also, he was punishing them for something which was good for them. Remember at one stage when he was asked that did you not feel that this is not the way to do it? He says, doesn't a mother chastise a child when they are not doing the right thing? So it's done for their good. But I don't know if it raises ethical questions. If someone is not studying here and he will fail, do you think you should tie him up to a post in Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall and flog him after 3 warnings? No. Anyone says yes?
No.
No.
Because the education.
It won't work here. Huh? But it worked there. In Lec-6 Siddhi it worked. Why? Situation was different.
Because the drastic change that he was trying to bring about, and that's why people believed the drastic change was required. It's nothing very easy to bring about if you're trying to get alcoholics to convert. And other aspect it is a lot of dependence around it. It's not an alcoholic person who is a problem. It's alcoholism and how he deprives his family. That's why he could get, say, public opinion also in his favor.
See, there are 2 issues here. I was trying to tell you that in that situation it worked, and here in Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall you don't think it will work. But if you had a situation in Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall where there was a dire need for that person, okay, he had borrowed money, there was no earning member in the family. I am just trying to paint a scenario where it was absolutely vitally necessary for him. And he was going along the wrong path, and you are all well-wishers. So one amongst you, the leaders, said that ye sunta nahi, there has to be some way in convincing him, because otherwise his entire family will be ruined. Okay. Then in such a kind of situation, do you think it would have worked? And imagine for a moment that Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall was insulated from the larger IIT population.
So, Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall case, when the
Also, he was leading 2 or 3 others astray. Yes, Ashutosh. You tell me about Ashutosh Mukherjee Hall.
where the level of education among the people is very high and they almost know their goods and bads, it will not work. Certainly,
I
it will not.
disagree with you, Ashutosh.
Judgmental statement.
Education often has been seen not to influence. How many alcoholics you find within the corporate world? Senior people with alcohol problem. Lot of them. But that doesn't come out. You know what comes out? The blue collar workmen.
Right, sir. So, those
Ignorance doesn't make you alcoholic. There are other reasons why you have a predilection for alcoholism, but that's another discussion. Anyone who doesn't agree with me, please interact. Those who support Ashutosh, that if you have high education level, alcoholism would not have come. That's what you are saying, right?
I am saying that if I have been having high income level and high education level, this alcoholism will not be a problem at all for me. Because sir, my income level is high, I can afford to spend 500 rupees a day.
Yes.
And in spite of that, I am able to do the family a reasonable amount of money
Yes.
or resources, I am saying, so that he can prosper or my family can prosper. Here the situation is totally different. He spends all the earning in the alcoholism. So his family is getting affected.
Sir, it's not only money.
Okay, let's hear some. Now, Ashutosh, you have talked. Let us now hear some of the reactions. First, Neeraj, then Srivat.
Sir, alcoholism is a very big problem among the educated and very big celebrities, because it's not only the money, it's behavior, it's how you react to situations.
Okay, what he says is alcoholism is not limited to people who are poor and uneducated. It's rampant amongst the rich too. Okay, that's what he says, and he can probably support it by facts. I have also made a statement that in the corporate world,
He's also saying that
Besides, what Neeraj is saying, I suppose, is that monetarily it might not affect that person or his family. But it will have definite, number one, health effects on that person if he drinks too much, takes too much of alcohol, and number two, it might actually lead to some family problems, because if he's coming home drunk every day, that will definitely lead
it
to
will
problems
always
in
lead
family.
to family problems.
Sir, family
So,
problem.
we are digesting the issues.
Okay, let's hear Srivat. One moment, Srivat.
Sir, my point was it's only an issue of the punishment that is being meted out. For a student who is not studying, he's getting bailed. His punishment is either getting a U grade or getting an F grade in that course, and having to repeat that particular course in the next semester or something like that. Whereas in this case, in the case of RS Village, where the person was flogged, maybe that was the only penalty imposed that could sort of prevent the person from repeating the action. So it is the kind of punishment that you require. If you flog the student, there's no guarantee that he will not commit the same mistake.
I think the issue goes a little beyond that. He has flogged in a society, in the larger spectrum of society, where such a thing is not permitted here.
The amount of punishment that can be meted out depends two major things. One is the understanding of the individual of his rights, and the other is the power that he has, or the power things if a person would go to a police and get a protection, he might do that. But in this situation, in RS Village, what would that villager do? Who's going to listen to an alcoholic anyway? Will the police listen to him? He's kind of stuck in a society and he has to obey the society.
Okay. In a larger sense, the state, with the laws that they make, legislature make laws, what are they doing? Cannot they restrict the liberty of someone by putting him in jail? No? Can they not kill a man also by giving capital punishment based on laws? And in many countries they say even if you kill 10 people, you are not killed, you have to be corrected. It is a society which decides. So it's a kind of power of society. You call it state power. Now in this case, he could invoke that. There are countries also which have got laws where public flogging is there. Is it not? I think what has happened here, he has been able to catalyze and mobilize a kind of collective power, as we said right in the beginning, which has in a sense legitimized, not only in his mind, but in all the minds of the participants of the village itself. They felt is legitimate, is the right thing to do, and that was a great source of power that he got. Commitment to certain values and missions. So, value is, all right, some deep conviction that he got, and he generated some commitment in the people to some of these values in varying degrees. That is why they came and gave him support and went along with him in what he wanted to achieve. And missions. Missions are the values which he translated into specific things: gobar gas plants, solar, drip irrigation systems. These were the various missions, and you could get their support. You remember what the manager of the Bank of Maharashtra said? What did he say? Anyone remembers?
The return rate of the loans are.
Repayment rate of loans was one of the highest from any village. Why is that? Isn't it something to do with the value? They felt that the value is that if you take money, you must return it. Second reason is they were able to return it because he had gainful employment going on. Yes.
Could it also be the fact that I think mentioned for the case of alcoholism, when they took an action and they committed to doing something, the fact that they committed in the temple implied that they were committing that particular action to God.
I think that has a powerful reason, because they felt that once they, and it's mentioned, they felt that if they break that, they will incur the wrath of a superior entity, not Anna Hazare, but something may really go wrong. And here Ashutosh may be right, to a simple villager, all right, it made a very, very powerful effect. Some of us who are more educated, etc., it may not have such a powerful effect, but my personal belief is yes, it still has a powerful effect. Because anything which is unknown, entity, we try to be little careful of that. Anything else? Certain values and missions. Was there any criticism which started happening later on any issue?
Yes, sir. Everybody.
There was
No saving, almost no saving.
no saving where?
Of the person of that village.
Where does that say so? Can you read out?
So they were more dependent upon a single person. They cannot function independently, even if he was mentoring.
One man dependence.
They had taken loans
Hmm.
and they had to repay these loans in time. So one problem that they faced was that their regular day-to-day income was not enough to enable them to repay these loans, and many even didn't have 2 square meals a day. So this time, around 5 years, this interim period through which they had to go through, during which they had to repay the loans, I mean, many found it a bit difficult.
So the case
But
of
as compared to the situation earlier, did they have any savings at that time? According to the case, they were much worse off earlier. Could you find it, Ashutosh?
Some complaints from
So
certain
the
voters.
family had, it is on last page.
Yes?
The family had no saving at all. He hoped to get away from the hand-to-mouth existence by taking up a job in the city. The supervisor of village, who is looking after the guests, etc., for him, this is a code.
My interpretation is different, but I want some reactions. Have you understood what he is reading from? One of the supervisors. Yeah?
So he was one of the volunteers.
Volunteers. There's something which is in the case which you must read before that. Before he says it.
What I felt was this part. They have written some farmers were skeptical about the wisdom of taking such heavy loans altogether.
Okay.
And it goes on to say that a woman said, "Our family has not joined the project. The increase in yield and profits are not benefiting the villagers. My relative has joined the lift irrigation scheme. He barely manages 2 meals a day despite working hard. His profits go toward loan repayment. Defaulting is not tolerated. Maybe things will improve after 5 years, but that is too long a time to wait for enjoying the benefits of one's labor."
That was about bank loan.
Yeah. So there was criticism. Now you may agree or not agree. 5 years may be too short a time, or very adequate time to live in prosperity thereafter. But there seems to be, when good things have happened, there seems to be a little bit of a opposition which is coming in. Why? Earlier there was an opposition.
So these may be the persons who were enjoying much more prosperity before this thing happened. They
There
may
was
be
no
addicted.
one. If you look at the case, everyone was poor there except the.
The liquor den one.
You mean these were some of the.
Maybe, sir.
Okay.
The case don't say anything like that. Their level may have came down from what they were.
So one of the reason might be
Ha.
People has always the aspiration to live in better condition than whatever he is right now.
Sure.
So right now he is able to just repay the loans, etc. And he thinks that if he is able to make some capital, it is better. That's why he might be thinking.
No,
that
if
I am
you are-
working hard, I am getting all the money.
If you are talking about the supervisor, I think he felt insecure in trying to do the job. Because remember, when Anna was away, he didn't want to take any decision. So I wanted to know that why. Why is that happening? What is Anna's style?
I don't think he delegates decisions.
He doesn't delegate. If you read a few lines before that, Ashutosh, you will find that very clear. He is in fact running away from there so that he doesn't have to take this responsibility. Maybe he was in a situation where he has to take some decision which will be criticized if he took it. If he didn't take it, then something will go wrong even more. So it is like you having a boss. Every decision the boss wants to take, but he keeps telling you, when I am not there, you are in charge. So you are frightened. So you hope that when he is not there, you are also not there. You don't have to be within that position.
But it is written better paying job. That means he was paid less.
He was a volunteer.
He was a volunteer. No? So, what was happening? Look at it. I am looking for nuances here. There was a bit of criticism which was happening. Why? Why?
Maybe his style of functioning.
Style. Style. Now we come back to the style. Do you think the situation has changed a little? When he started the temple renovation and now? Now as you say, as you go along, the taluka, you find all arid waste, hardly 8 inches of rainfall, till suddenly you turn a corner and you see lush green fields and all that. So there is a huge difference between what it was in 79 or 75 and 89, is it not? In these 14 years, a near miracle has been wrought there. All the wells are there full of water. So, there has been a drastic change in the environment. Agreed or not? Has the management style changed? Yes. All right. Let's see. Someone says no, someone says yes. Environment, gentlemen, has changed. Because remember, in the beginning, everyone was all for. Now you are hearing a little rumbling here and there. Few chaps are going away. So I am trying to find out what is the reason. So we have a change. I would even venture to say a great change. A great change in RS. So environment. And what about management style? Management style. Any change? All right. Polas says yes. Yes, there is change. Tell me what is the change?
Anna Hazare first started building the temple.
Hmm.
He started on his own. He didn't call for the labor of others. It was just that inspired by his ideals, they came on their own. Right. But now we find that in every small decision in the village, even the election of the panchayat members, it is Anna Hazare who has the last word. So his position has changed from a leader, who was, we can say people oriented. Even now he is people oriented. It's not that he is not. Only that his position has changed in the village. Then he had no position, and he was building his goodwill, and but now when he has built up his goodwill, now he is practically controlling the affairs of the entire village. So this power equation has changed totally.
No, sir.
So are you saying then management style has changed or not changed? I am not clear.
Definitely it has.
Huh?
It has.
Management style has changed.
Because at that time he didn't yield that much of power. So he had to rely on consensus.
He wielded lot of power. He could just whip people, tie them up to the pole.
I'm saying at the initial stages when he was building the temple, when he had started off, that was the initial stage. I'm referring to the initial stage only. But slowly, his power went on increasing, and now he has become.
Do you think he has become autocrat now? His style has changed.
No, I'm not.
Doesn't participate anymore.
I'm not saying that. Only that people can't take decisions without him.
So he is autocrat. Has he
not
delegated
become,
anything?
No, sir. I'm differing on that. He has not become an autocrat.
Then they have made him an autocrat. The system has made him.
The system is like that. Right?
What happens to us then? Say we become an entrepreneur like Arjun Malhotra. All right?
They have become totally dependent.
And then we build up a huge company. When we are small, see, we are one of the regular guys, We all work together, it's a small team and so on. But then when it becomes very large, what happens? Say Dean Vijisom, now he can meet anyone, door is open, you just come in. But say we have become, you have 800 students, 400 plus. You have got 4 or 5 buildings all round. You have 4 hostels, 5 hostels. Is it possible then to have the same kind of atmosphere? No? Open door, you will have people coming in, there won't be time for anything. So with the growth of organization, all right, the system of style, style of management, etc., which was there when it was small, and when it becomes very big, there is some change which comes within that. There is also, apart from physical size and structure of the organization, the underlying fact that when you become bigger and you are head of a big institution, you feel more powerful and you have more power. And have you heard a phrase that power corrupts? And great power corrupts greatly, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So sitting there on top of a very big organization, you have a sense of power then. And then with that what happens? Sometimes you get little insensitive to the lowly people who are below, 3, 4, 5 ranks below. And then sometimes, the very powerful, they also develop a kind of megalomania, which is delusions of more power. That means only I can take this decision, others will mess it up. Do you think that something like that is beginning to happen here? Yeah, Francis?
Looking at the other side, not the manager's side. Earlier in the starting, we talked about collective action. So the commitment of the people, because even the basic needs were not met, was higher for collective action.
Right.
But as their basic needs were all covered, it was just incremental needs that they wanted. In the later phases, their commitment to the collective action was much lesser.
They thought someone else will do it?
No, the need for this action or their basic needs were already covered. They didn't have so much.
But it works two ways. When you have a lot of wealth and a lot of power, and there's a large number of you who has that, you try to exclude others. If you are sitting on an island, like some of these countries, first world countries, they have millions of square miles of natural resources, and they got just a few million people there. Then they zealously guard, their immigration policy and so on. They don't want people to come in. Doesn't it work also that way? Collectively, they all support it, policies. Now President Bush has given call for war. Don't you think collectively, the richest country in the world, they are all saying, yes, we should go for war. Very few are saying no. So it works both ways. But I don't know, somehow I suspect there is a little bit of whispering and rumbling which is arising in this RS village, because the condition has changed drastically. It's a model village now, you have got visitors. In fact, there is another bit of little criticism which is there in the case, because Anna has ordained that anyone who comes as guest, they will have free hospitality. Bajri ki roti, this, that, everything, vegetable, achar, all free. And some people are saying that every day there are too many guests coming. And who is paying for it? The taxpayers, so to say, no? That also is a bit of a criticism.
So actually, regarding Anna's change of leadership style of Anna Hazare, nothing explicit is mentioned in the case, but from the nuances of the case, it seems as if there was also a change in his leadership style. It does seem, because
In what way?
So
Can you
I
give some
just read a one
example?
sentence.
Yes.
It says the choice of the sarpanch rests with Anna, although the appointment is made by the village. So it becomes like when he started off, it was more of commitment, a lot more. There were a lot of discussions, and then they came up with a.
I think, gentlemen, this is very much like Parvez Musharraf, the general. Yeah, the choice is with Anna, but the appointment, matlab, he will tell the people, all right, I have chosen so and so, now you appoint him. What else is it? Is it participative management? Is it democratic? Totally autocratic. Everyone agrees? No. Good. Very good. Tell me.
How does he make the choice? Choice of that person.
Good point. How does he make the choice?
He's got good rules to make the choice.
Like what?
Like he says, only those who are prepared to do work for the village get
Good
nominated.
rules. But who makes the rules? As Neeraj says.
He himself makes the rules.
He makes the rules himself. Touche. Huh? You agree? So we all vote for saying that Anna has become totally an autocrat. Is there any extenuating circumstance? I suspect it is his 15 years in the army which also gave him a command control kind of a style. I am surprised none of you has mentioned this. Don't you think so, Naivedya? This is army background. Remember, he, unlike his other fellow villagers, he had a long stint in the army. And what is the style in the army? Command and control style of management. And I feel that he has brought that with him for a good cause, no doubt. Yeah.
That's the case, then it should have, that attitude should have come from the beginning, not after 15 years.
It was there.
Wasn't it there?
He decided whom should we beat.
Huh?
He decided whom should we beat for drinking.
No, I don't agree, sir, because when he said they had discussions, why would the person who's got a baggage of army would encourage discussions?
Army also discuss, generals discuss, send models.
Not with the juniors, sir. Not with the subordinates.
How do you know he discusses with subordinates now? I think
no,
the case
now
has
he
got-
mentioned that they used to have meetings at the temple. That's why those meetings.
You see, in the old days, when Anna first came, he used to be there. Slowly the temple was renovated, people came. It became a focal point and a gathering place. Many issues he used to raise there. He also used to tell them what he read in Swami Vivekananda's teachings, and people used to listen. And then he said, if I want to bring in a transformation here, just discourses and talking about values is not going to help. I need to translate these into some action. And what could be these actions? Actions which benefit these villagers. If they don't benefit the villagers, they won't have any motivation to do it. Then he says the thing that will benefit them, at least for every drunkard there was a wife probably, 2 or 3 or 4 kids, okay. So the large majority of populace is going to support his view that stop alcoholism. That is the first mission he took. How did he go about? What was the managerial style there? It was I would term it as a participative autocratic style. He involved people. People were convinced that yes, we should stop it. But he was the man who says that look, we will have, and it smacks of a bureaucratic system like we follow in companies. Cannot dismiss anyone without inquiry, all right. But you have to have 3 suspensions before you can terminate anyone. That means first time misconduct charge sheet, domestic inquiry, found guilty, given 1 day suspension. Second time happens 2 days suspension, third time 4 days suspension. After that, terminate. But do it with the union being on your side. You call union and say, look, this man is doing this, isko sudharo tum. Hum to I give up as a manager here, it's your job now. Because dekho, finally, if he is dismissed, who is going to come into problem? Not me. It's going to be you guys. He'll come to you, no, for reinstatement. And you know, as responsible people, that you can't come and ask me because I'm not going to do it. So go and improve him. So you sow the seeds, you know, of participation, so that finally, when you dismiss him, they are already prepared, you laid the grounds, and they don't come and plead on his behalf. Was he not doing the same thing? Shall we go on to the next question? So it became an autocratic style. We all agree except Polash. And what do you do in an organization when you passionately disagree with something which everyone agrees and the boss says, no, I think we will adopt this course of action? What do?
Register your
Dissent, register my dissent.
You know what I used to say? If you are a unionized person, you go on strike. If you are a responsible manager, you quit and go somewhere better. Or you have a choice. Be a good soldier, fall in line. And go down to your managers below and don't say, hum to oppose kiya, lekin big boss, no, then you are not a manager anymore. Then you have to say the same things to convince people. That is the responsibility of a true manager. Otherwise, there is no difference between you and the blue collar or the white collar worker. Remember that. And in fact, when you promote, this is what my advice to you. Look at the attitude of the person who has done a good job. Attitudes are very important, particularly when you promote people into the higher echelons of management. Attitudes, values, integrity, these three are very, very important. Right. So, slowly you see how time passes. How was Anna's credibility established? We have discussed that already. By two or three things. One is by example, we have said that, right? By the fact that he didn't have anything to gain directly himself, he was doing it for society. That was the reason why credibility was established, all right? And the third thing, nothing succeeds like success. When he took up these missions, the fact is that he eradicated alcoholism from the village. Doesn't it establish your credibility? Okay. What dynamics of institution building does the case raise? Dynamics of institution building. You want to raise a great institution. You want to make VG Som into a great institution within the first 5 business schools in India. What dynamics of institution building do you employ?
Social ownership.
If you give me this management advice, I will be most grateful, gentlemen. We are trying to build this institution now.
So develop a kind of social ownership among the villagers, like the case of grain banks. Develop grain banks so that people they can deposit the surplus grains and use them.
Yeah, that's specifically what he did. But what is the underlying principle? What is he doing really? Conceptual. Let him answer, then I will come to you.
So a sense of social responsibility and social ownership. That,
cooperative or collective power, that is the principle he is using. Okay? So you can do it, you can make it happen. So tell me, how do you build great institutions? What are the dynamics? First you have what do you have? A vision. And then you need to permeate that vision into all the people who are in the organization. Next, what do you want? You want to have commitment from them, is it not? And how do you get that commitment? By involving them in making things happen. Making things happen has 2 components. We always think of the decision component, but there is a work component also, no? You take a decision, but if it is not implemented, and implementation comes from work by teams, by various people working together. So you make things happen. And then what do? Things have happened. But you are building an institution which has to endure. So how do you make it endure for years and years to come into the future?
So one way was to bring about common economic interests.
Common economic interests. Would you agree? I think that's correct. Once you have a stake collectively in economic interest, you would not like that to be dismantled or to collapse. Any other way?
Another way was communication with the government, with the external environment, particularly the government and other stakeholders, and building a rapport with them.
Communication.
Highlighting this particular village as
Right.
a model of development.
Right.
So he exploited all the available opportunities to the fullest extent. With the
Consider another point. Here this is a slice in time which is only 14 or 15 years. But say you want to build an institution which goes on for 100 years, 200 years, what else have you got to do?
Sir, I have to prepare my successors.
Successors. Yes. Succession planning. Has Anna done that? Not yet. Is he going to do it? We don't know, but we don't think so. Any other thing that you do when you want, what are the dynamics of institution building? Vision is there, translate that into a mission, all right? Involve people and get commitment from people, and get commitment for people into the organization. With that commitment, build a culture. Then build systems and procedures. These are the structural elements which are then institutionalized. That is, it's not dependent on one person. Do succession planning. Bring in a learning organization so that whatever has been done can continue in the new environments which will come in the same, for the same institution, because things will keep changing, and so that it happens. Okay? And what is the replicability of such development models? This is just what we have been discussing just now. Can you replicate this in other villages? Because as a planner, okay, of public service, if you are a bureaucrat, if you are in government, isn't that a very important question? Is it or no?
Yes, sir, we can replicate, but in a more soft and subtle way. And since an example is there, we can show that example and follow. Since when Anna was developing this village, we didn't know where we will land up. So he adopted some high-ended things like demolishing of Lec-6. But since this model can be shown to other villages, so this can be adopted.
The problem is here Anna is the central theme. Without Anna, there's nothing. That's what has happened after 15 years. Now,
Okay, I got your point.
The personal sacrifice given by the Anna. That is the central thing. Should that person in the next village, if possible, if the person will give up such things, then this model can be replicated. Otherwise,
What he is saying is, it's a moot question whether you can replicate it, because here this happened, this transformation happened due to an inspiring leader. All right. This was a transformational kind of leadership, wasn't it? He did not marry. He had a passion, he had a mission in his life. He was truly affected by a powerful experience, a near-death experience. In every village can you find such a person? That's the question. That's what he's saying. That here it could happen because of special circumstances. It's not easy in village after village, 500,000 villages of India, to get it. So that is something which you have to consider very seriously, that exactly a similar development model may not be possible. That's one view. Another model may be possible. We can have 3-4 MBAs with Neeraj leading, team leader, all right. Now, there are many MBAs who from IIM Ahmedabad, etc., have chosen to go and work, because it's very satisfying for certain kinds of people with some values to give back something to the nation. And that can be another model, you know, where you are professional people, all right, with a certain value system, but you don't have that charisma. Your strength is expert power embedded in some values. Such people can be another model. Right or wrong? Any other? We have 2 or 3 minutes before we wind down. So, this case, do you think we have discussed this case adequately or not? We have. This is basically a case of transformational leadership, okay, and it brings out various issues of leadership style, the leadership roles which you have to play, the activities of a leader, all right, and the similarities between a leader and a manager, because many of the mundane things which you accomplish in a mission are really management functions. All right. So on 20th we have the assignment test, and 2 days before that the case will be given. I will give you a email giving the ground rules which you have just agreed upon. Thank you very much.